Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Gein vs. Kleasen Part 1. Edward Theodore Gein, born on August 27, 1906, in Plainfield, Wisconsin, to George and Augusta Gein. The Geins had two sons, Henry George Gein and Edward Theodore Gein. Eventually, Henry and August, married, came to an end with a divorce. Augusta owned a local store in Plainfield. She sold the store to purchase a farm on the outskirts of Plainfield. The farm land was 132 acres where they remained. Augusta only allowed the boys to leave the farm for school only. Augusta was a fervent Lutheran. She preached to her boys the innate immorality of the world, evil of drinking, and a belief that all women, herself excluded, were prostitutes and instruments of the devil. She reserved Bible verses from the Old Testament dealing with death, murder, and divine retribution every afternoon to the boys. The boys being bullied at school and loners. Augusta would scold them of having friends. She was rarely pleased with the boys. She abused the boys, believing they were like their father. Throughout their life, they remained detached from the outside world and remained on the farmland. George Gein died of a heart attack in 1940. Therefore the boys would start working at odd jobs to help support the household. Henry stopped obeying his mother, while Edward became closer to her.
On May 16, 1944, there was a fire near to the Geins' farmland. Henry and Edward decided to try to put out the fire. Eventually, they were separated from each other. As night fell, Edward could not find Henry. He looked and Henry was nowhere to be found. Edward reported his brother missing. A search party was organized. Edward led the police directly to his brother. Henry lying bare face towards the ground, dead with bruises on his head. He was not by the horrible fire nor touched. The county coroner listed Henry's death due to asphyxiation as his cause of death. After Henry's death, Edward lived alone with his sickly mother Augusta on the land. Augusta had a series of strokes and Edward was her caretaker. She died the following year on December 29, 1945. Edward Gein remained on the farmland alone.
Robert Elmer Kleasen, born on September 20, 1934 in Buffalo, New York. The only child of his mother and mentally ill father. As a young boy, his father would take him hunting while allowing him to use guns to kill animals. He was most notably in the Korean War. Kleasen, a veteran and former CIA operative, believed he had dissociated personality. In 1950, at the age of 20, he stepped on a rusty nail and was rushed to the hospital with his mother. At the hospital emergency room, Kleasen hit his mother, went outside to her car, grabbed her gun from the glove compartment, and returned to emergency room shooting her gun. That incident led him to psychiatric facility until 1952. Soon after the emergency room incident, he shot a man named Dennis Dubois in the foot. While waiting for his trial in the psychiatric facility, he escaped and moved to Austin, Texas.